Imagine this. You write a letter to someone important. You want to share your feelings. You want to look confident. But when the person reads your letter, they notice many spelling mistakes. Instead of focusing on your message, they get distracted by your spelling. They may even think you are careless. This is painful, right? Because your true thoughts and emotions do not shine. Spelling mistakes stand in the way. Now imagine the opposite. You write a message, an essay, or even just a short text. The spelling is clear. Every word looks correct. The person reading it does not stop. They flow with your words. They feel your meaning. And most of all, they feel respect. Good spelling makes people respect you. Good spelling makes your words powerful. Spelling is not just about letters. Spelling is about how the world sees you. It is about discipline. It is about self-respect. Many successful people care deeply about spelling. Why? Because spelling builds confidence, and confidence builds success. My friend, today we begin a journey together. A journey to improve your spelling. A journey that will also improve your life. Stay with me until the end, because I will share secrets, methods, and powerful stories that can change the way you learn forever. Chapter 1. The Hidden Power of Spelling. Most people believe that spelling is a small thing. They see it as just a part of schoolwork or something only teachers pay attention to. Many students, and even adults, think spelling is boring, unimportant, or simply a matter of memorizing words for exams. But the truth is very different. Spelling is not a small detail. It is much bigger than most people realize. Spelling is a mirror of your mind. It shows your level of focus, your care for details, and your discipline in work and life. Think of a builder who is constructing a strong house. Can he ignore even one small brick? No, he cannot. If even a single brick is weak, the entire house may become unstable and might fall one day. Spelling is exactly the same. Words are like bricks, and spelling gives those bricks their strength. One wrong letter can change the meaning of a sentence. One careless mistake can weaken your whole message. Just like a strong building needs solid bricks, strong communication needs correct spelling. When you spell correctly, you send a powerful message to the world. You are not just writing words, you are showing your character. Correct spelling tells people that you care about your work. It shows that you respect yourself and also respect the person who will read your words. It sends the message: I am serious. I am careful. I am professional. Even if people do not say anything, they notice it. They respect you more. They trust you more. And when they trust you, they believe your words more deeply. But when you make many spelling mistakes, the opposite happens. People may think you are careless. They may feel you are not skilled or not confident. They might even believe you did not take the time to check your work. This small mistake can damage your reputation. That is why spelling is not only about language. It is also about image, respect, and trust. Let me give you an example. Imagine two students write an essay. Both essays have strong ideas. Both show creative thinking. But one student takes care to spell every word correctly, while the other student makes many mistakes. Which essay will the teacher value more? Of course, the essay without mistakes. Not because the teacher dislikes the other student, but because poor spelling hides the beauty of the ideas. Wrong spelling covers intelligence. Correct spelling allows intelligence to shine clearly. This is the hidden power of spelling. It is silent but strong. People may not say, "Wow, your spelling is perfect," but inside they feel respect and trust. And in today's world, trust is priceless. So never think spelling is small. It is the foundation of communication, the bridge between your mind and the world. The stronger that bridge is, the farther you can go in life. Chapter 2. The first secret. See words as pictures. Most people try to learn spelling in the wrong way. They repeat a word again and again, hoping their brain will remember it. They write it down many times, whisper it, or say it out loud. But after a few days, they forget. Why does this happen? The reason is simple. The brain does not love plain letters. The brain loves pictures. Human memory is naturally visual. We remember faces, places, and images much faster than letters and sounds. If you meet a person once, you may remember their face for years. But if you hear a random number or word once, you may forget it within minutes. This shows how powerful pictures are in our mind. Here is the first secret of spelling success. Do not just read words, see words. Imagine each word as a picture in your mind. Treat every word as if it is a photograph or a design you are storing in your memory. For example, take the word beautiful. If you only say it again and again, your brain may get confused. But if you close your eyes and see the word as an image, it becomes clearer. Imagine the letters lined up. B-A-U tie full. See the B standing tall, the E sitting beside it, and the rest of the letters following like steps in a staircase. The brain holds this picture much longer than just a sound. When you treat words like images, your spelling becomes stronger. The letters stay in your mind as if you took a photo of them. They no longer escape so easily from your memory. This is how memory experts remember long lists of information. They turn words into pictures in their imagination. You can do the same with spelling. Every word you learn can become a mental image, and once you see it clearly, it will be hard to forget. Try this method today. Take 10 words that you want to learn. First, look at each word carefully for a few seconds. Notice the shape of the letters. Notice if some letters are tall like L or T, or if some letters go below the line like G or Y. Then close your eyes and picture the word in your mind. See it written there. Say it slowly in your head while looking at the image. Finally, open your eyes and try to write the word from memory. You may be surprised at how much easier it feels. This simple practice can change your spelling forever. Instead of forcing your brain to remember random letters, you give it the gift of pictures. And because pictures are powerful, they last longer. From today, remember this first secret. Every word is an image. The clearer the picture in your mind, the stronger your spelling will be. Chapter 3. The second secret. Learn by sound. Spelling is not only about pictures. Yes, seeing words as images makes them easier to remember, but there is another side to this skill. Spelling is also about sound. The way words sound can guide you if you train your ears to listen carefully. Many words in English are spelled exactly as they sound. When you connect sound with letters, spelling becomes more natural. Your ears become your helper, and your tongue becomes your teacher. Think about the word friend. When people spell quickly, they often write friend instead of friend. Why does this happen? Because their brain is rushing and the sound gets mixed. But if you slow down and listen carefully, you can hear the word clearly. Friend. If you break it into parts, F-R-I-E-N-D, the correct order of the letters becomes easier to see. This is why listening is so important. By combining sound with sight, you build a stronger memory of the word. Try this technique when learning new words. Do not just write them silently. Say them out loud. Let your voice help your memory. For example, when you write the word because, say it slowly. Because. Each part of the sound matches the letters. When you hear it, your brain connects the sound with the spelling. This makes the word stick in your memory longer. If you only see the word without sound, it may fade away quickly. But when you add sound, you double your strength. This method is even more powerful when you repeat it. Say the word, write it, and then say it again. Use your tongue and your ears together. It may feel strange at first, but soon it will become natural. Your brain will begin to expect both the sound and the letters at the same time. With practice, spelling will start to flow without effort. You will not have to stop and think so much, because the word will already feel familiar to both your eyes and your ears. Another way to practice is to record yourself. Say a list of words and then write them later from memory. Listen carefully to your recording and check if your spelling matches. This small exercise trains your ears and improves your focus. When you hear the words clearly, your spelling mistakes will slowly disappear. So remember this second secret. Learn by sound. Do not ignore your ears when learning to spell. Use them as your guide. Say words, hear words, and write words. Let the music of English guide your spelling. When you combine sound and sight, you make your spelling twice as strong. Chapter 4. The third secret. Practice with purpose. Let me tell you a simple but powerful story. There was once a young student named John. John wanted to improve his English, but he thought spelling was boring. Whenever his teacher gave him a list of words to study, John would quickly look at them and then forget. He believed spelling was just a small part of English, something that did not really matter. Because of this, he never gave his best effort. He avoided practice and told himself that spelling was not important for success. One day, John needed to write a letter to apply for a job. He worked hard to make the letter look nice, and he was excited because it was his first big opportunity. But when the manager read John's letter, he saw many spelling mistakes. Some words were missing letters, some were mixed up, and some were simply wrong. The message of the letter was good, but the mistakes made John look careless and unprofessional. The manager thought, if this person cannot take care of small details, how can he handle big responsibilities? John did not get the job. At first, John was very sad. He felt embarrassed and disappointed in himself. But that day became a turning point in his life. Instead of giving up, John made a decision. He decided he would no longer treat spelling as something small. From that moment, he promised himself to practice spelling with purpose. He wanted to build a new image of himself, an image of someone careful, professional, and ready for opportunities. John started small. Every morning he wrote 5 words. He checked each one carefully. If he made a mistake, he corrected it and wrote it again. He did this not just once, but many times. Day after day, his spelling became better. What once felt boring now felt meaningful because he knew why he was practicing. Slowly, his confidence grew. His spelling mistakes became fewer and his words began to shine. Later, John applied for another job. This time, his letter was clean, clear, and free of errors. The manager who read it was impressed. He thought, this person is careful and serious. John got the job. His small daily practice created a big change in his life. This story teaches us something very important. practice alone is not enough. You must practice with purpose. Set a clear goal. Maybe your goal is to write 10 correct words every day. Maybe your goal is to keep a diary with correct spelling. Whatever your goal is, make sure it pushes you to grow. Purpose gives meaning to practice, and meaning makes practice powerful. Chapter 5. The fourth secret. Read more, spell better. There is a golden rule in learning. The more you read, the more you improve. Reading is like fuel for spelling. Every time you read, your eyes meet thousands of words. Without even noticing, your brain quietly studies them, remembers their shapes, and stores them deep inside your memory. You may not realize it, but each page you read is a silent spelling lesson. Think about two people. One person reads only one book a year. The other person reads one book every month. The first person sees very few words. The second person sees hundreds of thousands of words over the course of the year. Which one will naturally have better spelling? Of course, the second one. It is not magic. It is simple exposure. The more you see words, the more familiar they become. Just like seeing a friend every day helps you remember their face. Seeing a word again and again helps you remember its spelling. Reading also shows you words in their natural environment. Instead of just memorizing from a list, you see how words are used in real sentences. This makes them easier to remember. For example, if you read the word knowledge many times in books or articles, your brain does not just remember the letters. It remembers the whole picture of how the word looks in sentences. Later, when you need to write it, the memory comes back to you almost automatically. That is why you should make reading your daily habit. It does not matter what you read. You can read stories, articles, magazines, poems, or even short online posts. What matters is that you read regularly. If you enjoy reading stories, start with simple ones. If you like information, read news articles. If you love creativity, try poems. The key is consistency. The more you read, the more your brain will store the correct images of words. At first, you may not notice a big difference. But over time, your spelling will naturally become stronger. You will begin to write difficult words without hesitation because your brain has seen them many times before. You won't even need to think hard. Your eyes and memory will guide you. This is the hidden power of reading. So remember this fourth secret. Read more, spell better. Reading is not only a way to learn ideas, it is also a way to strengthen your spelling without effort. Each page you read is like adding one more brick to the foundation of your language. The more bricks you add, the stronger and higher your language skills will grow. Chapter 6. The fifth secret. Write to remember. Reading is powerful, but writing is even stronger. When you read, your eyes collect information, but when you write, your brain must make choices. You must decide which letter comes first, which comes next, and how the word is built. Writing is active learning, while reading is passive. Active learning builds a deeper memory. It forces your brain to pay attention and to practice. That is why writing is one of the most effective tools for improving your spelling. Think about it this way. When you only read, you might recognize a word, but you may not remember how to produce it yourself. But when you write, you train your brain to recall the word without help. It is like the difference between watching someone play piano and sitting down to play it yourself. Watching is good, but practice with your own hands builds real skill. Writing gives you that kind of practice with words. Here is a simple but powerful exercise. Take a blank notebook and call it your spelling notebook. This notebook will become your personal dictionary. Every day, write 10 new words. First, look at each word carefully. Notice the letters, the shape, and the length. Then close the notebook and try to write it from memory. After you finish, open the notebook again and check. If you made mistakes, correct them. Then write the word again the right way. Repeat this until you feel confident. This daily exercise takes only a few minutes, but the results are powerful. Over time, your notebook will grow. It will not just be a notebook filled with random words. It will be a record of your progress. Every page will show your effort, and every word will remind you of your growth. Whenever you forget a spelling, you can go back and check. Slowly, your notebook will become your personal dictionary, built by your own hard work. The reason this exercise works is because writing makes your hand, your eyes, and your brain work together. Your hand shapes the letters. Your eyes see the word forming. Your brain processes the memory. This teamwork creates strong connections in your mind, which makes it harder to forget. With every word you write, you are building stronger spelling memory. So remember this fifth secret. Write to remember. Do not just look at words. Practice writing them. Each time you pick up a pen and form letters, you're training your brain to spell correctly. Try it for 1 week, and you will see the difference. Writing transforms knowledge into skill. It turns memory into mastery. Chapter 7. The sixth secret. Notice your mistakes. One of the biggest reasons learners struggle with spelling is not because they cannot learn, but because they do not pay attention to their mistakes. Many students write quickly, finish their work, and never look back at what they wrote. They ignore the red marks from their teacher. They skip corrections. They move on to the next page. Then, the same mistakes return again and again. This cycle continues, and progress becomes slow. But here is the truth. Mistakes are not your enemies. Mistakes are your teachers. Every error you make is a signal showing you where you need to grow. Whenever you make a spelling mistake, do not run away from it. Stop and look at it carefully. Ask yourself questions. Why did I spell it this way? What letter did I miss? What is the correct form? By asking these questions, you turn a mistake into a lesson. The mistake becomes a mirror that reflects your weak point. And once you see the weak point, you can make it strong. Here is a simple exercise you can try. Each time you make a spelling mistake, write the correct word 3 times. Do not just copy it without thinking. Say it aloud as you write. Listen to the sound and connect it with the letters. Then, use the word in a sentence of your own. For example, if you spelled friend incorrectly, correct it by writing friend, friend, friend. Say it slowly while you write. Then create a sentence such as, my best friend helps me study spelling. This small action helps your brain remember the correct spelling in a deeper way. Over time, this method transforms mistakes into lessons. Instead of repeating the same error, you grow from it. The brain learns faster when it makes a mistake and then corrects it. This is how learning works in every area of life. Think of a baby learning to walk. They fall many times, but each fall teaches them how to balance better. Spelling is the same. Every mistake is like a small fall, and every correction is a step toward balance. This is the difference between learners who improve and learners who stay stuck. Some people ignore their errors, so their mistakes follow them for years. Others respect their mistakes and learn from them, so their skills grow stronger every day. Which kind of learner do you want to be? So remember this sixth secret. Notice your mistakes. Do not hate them. Respect them. They are gifts in disguise, guiding you toward better spelling. Every mistake you notice is one less mistake you will repeat. Chapter 8. The seventh secret. Use technology wisely. We live in a world filled with technology. Everywhere you look, people are using phones, computers, and tablets. Technology is part of our daily lives, and it can be a powerful tool for learning. When it comes to spelling, technology can help you in many ways. But there is one important rule. Use technology wisely. If you depend too much on it, you will not truly learn. Tools like spell check and autocorrect are helpful, but they can also make you lazy if you allow them to do all the work for you. Think about the spell check feature on your computer or phone. Whenever you type a word incorrectly, a red line appears under it. Many people quickly right-click, choose the correct word, and move on. But this habit prevents learning. If you only click without thinking, your brain does not remember the correct spelling. Instead, here is what you should do. When you see the red line, pause. Ask yourself, what is wrong with this word? Why is it incorrect? Try to correct it on your own before you click. Then check with the computer to see if you are right. In this way, technology becomes your teacher, not your master. There are also many apps designed to improve spelling. Some of them offer spelling games, flashcards, and quizzes. These can be very fun and motivating. You can play against yourself, set new records, or even challenge your friends. The more you practice in these small, enjoyable ways, the more confident you will become. But again, remember, the real improvement comes from your effort. The app gives you opportunities, but it is your attention and practice that make the difference. Another smart way to use technology is to keep digital notes. For example, if you learn a new word, type it into a notes app on your phone. Review the list every evening. You can even record your own voice pronouncing the word and listen to it later. This combines both sound and sight with technology, making your learning deeper. However, be careful not to let technology make you dependent. If you always allow autocorrect to fix your words, you may stop noticing your own mistakes. The goal is not just to write correctly with the help of a machine, but to build the confidence to spell correctly by yourself. Technology should support your learning, not replace it. So remember this seventh secret. Use technology wisely. Enjoy the apps, take advantage of spell check, and use the tools available. But always stay in control. Let technology guide you, not carry you. In the end, your effort, not the machine, is what will make you a strong speller. Chapter 9. The eighth secret. Learn word families. English is a rich and fascinating language. One of its hidden secrets is that many words belong to families. When you understand this concept, learning spelling becomes much easier. Word families are groups of words that share a common root. The root stays the same, while different endings or prefixes create new words. Once you know the root, you can often guess the spelling of many related words. This saves time, builds patterns in your mind, and strengthens both your vocabulary and your spelling. For example, take the word nation. From this single word, you can create a whole family. National, nationally, international, nationalism. Notice how the root nation remains the same. Only the endings change. If you know the spelling of the root, it is much easier to spell the related words correctly. You do not have to memorize each word separately. Your brain starts to recognize the pattern, and spelling becomes more predictable. Learning word families has many advantages. First, it saves time. Instead of memorizing every word individually, you focus on the root and its common endings. Second, it builds a mental pattern. The brain loves patterns because they make learning faster and memory stronger. When you notice patterns, your brain stores words more efficiently. You can predict how a new word should be spelled because it fits a pattern you already know. Third, it increases your vocabulary. By learning one root, you automatically learn several related words. This not only improves spelling, but also makes your English richer and more expressive. Next time you encounter a new word, do not just memorize it alone. Ask yourself, what is its root? What other words can grow from it? For instance, if you learn the word happy, you can think of happiness, unhappy, happily, happier. By exploring these connections, you turn one word into a small network of words. Your spelling improves because you begin to see relationships between words rather than isolated letters. This method also makes learning more enjoyable. Discovering word families is like uncovering a secret system hidden inside the language. It gives you a sense of control and confidence. Suddenly, English feels less random and more logical. The words no longer feel like strangers. They belong to familiar families that your brain can easily recognize. So remember this 8th secret. Learn word families. Look for roots, notice patterns, and explore the related words. Each root you understand becomes the foundation for many other words. By learning families, you multiply your vocabulary and make your spelling stronger, faster, and more confident. Chapter 10. The 9th secret. Play with words. Learning does not have to be boring. Many people think that improving spelling means sitting quietly, memorizing long lists of words, and repeating them endlessly. But the truth is, learning can and should be fun. When you enjoy the process, your brain remembers more. Spelling does not need to be a chore. In fact, playing with words can make learning faster, stronger, and more enjoyable. Fun is not childish. It is a smart strategy for mastering language. There are many ways to turn spelling into a game. One simple method is to write a word on paper, cut the letters into separate pieces, and mix them up. Then challenge yourself to rearrange the letters into the correct word. This small activity forces your brain to focus on the order of letters while making it playful. You can even time yourself to add a bit of challenge. The sense of achievement you feel when you put the letters in the right order helps reinforce memory. Another idea is to play word puzzles or make rhymes. Crosswords, word searches, and anagrams are excellent ways to see words differently. When you engage with letters in a creative way, you create new pathways in your brain. You start to notice patterns, endings, prefixes, and roots. Words become less intimidating because they are no longer just lists. They are pieces of a puzzle waiting to be solved. Rhymes also help your brain remember sounds and spellings. By connecting sound with letters in a fun way, you reinforce your learning naturally. You can also involve your friends or family. Organize a small spelling contest. Take turns challenging each other with words from your vocabulary list. Make it playful, add rewards, and laugh together when someone makes a mistake. Social learning is powerful because it combines enjoyment with practice. Your brain associates the activity with fun, and memory becomes stronger. Playing with words also reduces stress. Many learners feel pressure when they try to spell perfectly all the time. But when learning is playful, mistakes are not failures. They are part of the game. You smile, correct yourself, and try again. This relaxed approach allows your brain to absorb information without fear or tension. So remember this 9th secret. Play with words. Be creative. Make games. Create puzzles. Rhyme. Rearrange letters. And enjoy learning. Spelling does not have to feel like a heavy task. When you combine fun with practice, your brain learns faster, your memory becomes stronger, and your love for language grows. Smile, laugh, and let words become your playground. Chapter 11. The 10th secret. Be patient, be consistent. Here is the final and most important secret of spelling. Improvement takes time. You cannot expect to master spelling overnight. You cannot memorize a list of words today and become perfect tomorrow. Real progress comes from patience and consistent effort. The brain, like a muscle, needs regular exercise. The more you practice day by day, the stronger your memory and spelling skills will become. Consistency is the key that unlocks lasting improvement. Think about a tree. A tree does not grow in a single day. It starts as a small seed. Day after day, it grows slowly. Its roots reach deeper into the soil, its trunk becomes stronger, and its branches expand toward the sky. Season by season, the tree develops, enduring storms, heat, and rain. In the end, it becomes tall, strong, and beautiful. Your spelling is just like that tree. It grows slowly, but with care, attention, and daily practice, it will flourish. Every word you learn, every mistake you correct, and every time you write and read carefully is like watering and nurturing your tree. Patience is not just about waiting, it is about believing that your effort will pay off. Never say, "I am bad at spelling." That kind of thinking creates doubt and stops progress. Instead, say, "I am improving my spelling." Words are powerful, not only the ones you write on paper, but also the ones you tell yourself. Encourage yourself, motivate yourself. Believe that every small effort counts. Even if today you make mistakes, remind yourself that each step is part of your growth. Consistency is equally important. A single day of practice is not enough, but daily practice, even for a short time, produces amazing results. Write a few words every day. Read regularly. Notice your mistakes. Play with words. Slowly, your brain forms strong connections, and spelling becomes easier. The process may seem slow at times, but that is normal. Growth often happens quietly, beneath the surface, just like the roots of a tree. One day, you will look back and see how far you have come. You will notice the words you once spelled incorrectly are now easy for you. You will feel proud of your progress, and that pride will give you more energy to keep going. Patience and consistency are not just secrets to spelling. They are secrets to success in every area of life. By practicing them, you build not only strong spelling skills, but also self-discipline, confidence, and resilience. So remember this 10th secret. Be patient and be consistent. Improvement is a journey, not a race. Trust the process, work every day, and your effort will create lasting mastery. Final words. Your journey begins now. My dear friend, today you have learned 10 powerful secrets to improve your spelling. You have discovered how to see words as pictures, turning letters into memorable images in your mind. You have learned to listen carefully to the sounds of words, letting your ears guide your writing. You have understood the importance of practicing with purpose, setting clear goals, and working daily to achieve them. You have explored the power of reading more, writing more, and noticing your mistakes, transforming errors into lessons. You have also learned how to use technology wisely, play with words through games, and understand word families to unlock patterns that make spelling easier. And most importantly, you have embraced the secret of patience and consistency, understanding that real improvement takes time, effort, and dedication. But knowledge alone is not enough. You cannot let these secrets stay only in your mind. You must use them. You must practice them. You must live them. Spelling is not just a skill, it is a reflection of who you are. It is a symbol of discipline, focus, respect, and power. It shows the world that you care about yourself and the messages you send. The more you practice, the more confident you become, not only in your writing, but in your ability to achieve your goals. Here on English Achieve, we believe in learning by action. From today, make a promise to yourself. A promise to improve step by step, a promise to grow stronger every day, and a promise to respect your words. When you respect your words, the world will respect you. This is your journey. This is your chance. Take it. Believe in yourself. Improve your spelling, and through spelling, improve your life. Your future is waiting, and it begins with the small, consistent actions you take today.